with everyone racers, everyone bakers today. I want to just show you a little bit about how the pancake mix that we use at our races. So it's been years since we've been making this recipe and everybody raves over how awesome they are. So I figured I'd give you a couple of little tips of how to make it easily and do it easily at the track. So a lot of it is the prep beforehand. Do as much as you can now before you get to the track, because you don't want to do it then. So we're going to start with flour, cups of flour. The recipe's in the notes, but you're going to want to, we double it. So one is not enough. It's usually easy to ask your friends next door if they want some breakfast, if there's any left over, but chances are there won't be any left over. So we are going to do 4 cups of flour. Put everything in the bowl, pretty easy. Hopefully, most of you can handle this, I'm sure. 2 tablespoons of sugar. And this recipe doesn't really need a whole lot of sweets because they're kind of flavorful but not sweet. So you're gonna end up with, you put syrup on them, but it's other things in them. You don't really need the batter to be sweet. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Don't get these confused and don't guess. So if you're gonna do something, just the recipe that this is, the book that it's from, has really done a lot of testing. So make sure that you are going to use the right thing, use the right amounts. It's worth it. It takes not very long. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons, actually 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and then we're going to do, this calls for half of a teaspoon of baking soda, so we're going to do 2 of those. We're doubling it. And some salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 halves. Okay. Get everything in your bowl, and now whisk it. And really, it's easier to do it in a big bowl and take all the care of all of this later. And so here's one of our tricks. So we use a throwaway container. Put the batter in a throwaway container, so then you can end up just dump it out and you throw the container away. Recycle it if you can, but really it's easy enough to just put this all right into this throwaway container, and it travels really well. It seals up. We use the containers from Costco, but I'm sure if you have a throwaway container that fits the batter, then that's all you can use. And so we're just going to add all the stuff in here, and then we can be able to put the lid on and stow it away with all the rest of our food. And so the rest of this recipe, when you get to the track, you dump it all. I bring a bowl basically like that. I bring that to the track. Put the batter in. This recipe also calls for buttermilk. I suggest that you use the buttermilk because it's worth it. And then 2 eggs, or an egg for however many recipes you're going to make. So add the egg and mix it all up. Throw it on the grill. Make sure the grill's really hot. But I highly recommend this recipe. So it doesn't take too much longer than it would for other pancakes. Enjoy it. See you at the track.